Hi, I'm Alexis, and I help businesses find the best virtual assistant talent around the world. The hidden cost of doing everything yourself. This really hits close to home for me because I too am an entrepreneur that has gone through the motions of doing everything myself. When you are evaluating, what you spend your time on, time should not be the measuring stick of success. And what I mean by this is you can overwork yourself in a 10, 12, 14-hour day and feel like you got a lot done because you put in so much time. And while that's good to put in all this time for your business, what are you really spending that time on? If you are constantly doing everything yourself, it means you're context switching all day long. You're going from writing an email to paying an invoice to working on a creative project to planning for an event. Whatever you have to do in that day, if you're doing everything yourself, you're constantly switching tasks. This prevents you from actually having the brain capacity and the space to think strategically and do long-term planning. Even if your calendar looks productive, that doesn't mean that you're spending the time on the right things. When you're constantly overthinking and working on things in front of you, what happens? What gets pushed? You delay the decisions that matter. And what I mean by this is thinking about what's next for your business, how you're going to get new clients, what events you're going to go to this year. That requires quiet time, dedicated time, what I like to call focus time, and often like 1 to 2 to 3 hours of work. When you have a busy day and you only have a 30-minute window open, you're gonna grab the easy to-do list. You're gonna go to your email, knock out something quick, and once again, feel accomplished, but those bigger decisions are what's getting pushed back. And even though you're busy and getting a lot of small things done, this is not pushing your business forward. Another cost of doing everything yourself is that you're training your business to need you. So when you actually do want to scale and grow, if you constantly are stepping back in, handling things yourself, thinking, oh, it's just faster if I just do it myself, you are actually harming yourself by not being able to remove yourself from the business when other team members come on. What does that mean? It means that you are going to remain the bottleneck forever unless you are able to figure out how to explain a system to someone else that they can handle without you needing the answer. Just remember, the more you say I do it myself, the more you reinforce that idea that your business needs you. Now, imagine a year in of this constant pattern, you start to normalize the inefficiency. If something got missed, if you were a couple days late to respond to an email, or you forgot to send an invoice on time, you give yourself the excuse that it's okay, I'm overwhelmed, like it's okay, it was a day late. So now you're accepting the inefficiency as normalcy. And this is not the standard that we want for our business. Just remember that this creeps up after long, weeks and months and even years of being in this position of doing everything yourself. And that being said, the real cost comes later. You're not gonna notice it, that week or that month, but in a couple of years down the line, your business will not be where it could have been if you were to delegate and get things off your plate sooner. And lastly, this also hits close to home, your ego is what's holding you back from delegating. The thought that you can do everything yourself, nobody can do it as good as you, or nobody can do it as fast. And while that may be true, if someone can do it, even as 80% as good as you, it's time to let go, bring someone on and train them up. Let go of your ego, because all these reasons for you holding on to everything, all the responsibilities, all the tasks, it's only harming you and your business in the long run. So if any of this resonates with you, check out our next video of why most VA fails hire, and it's not the VA.